what about the spiders and snakes and insects?
Those are real.
Everybody survives, right?
Johnny, you go first. I have some thoughts.
I can preface this by saying that I have visited Australia. I am terrified of spiders, and I didn't see one.
Lucky, because in my experience, they're very real. So the big ones that you see in the city, they're called huntsmen. They're actually the ones you want to keep around. They're called huntsmen because they hunt the deadly ones. So you do see these huntsmen quite often, just walking down the street. They might be hanging from a tree. They might be, it's real. It's a thing. For some reason, Australians don't have screens on their windows. I never understood it. So, you can get some critters in the home, but it was tolerable. It was livable. I got used to it. It was fine. The deadly spiders, I only saw like a couple times, and you just run away. It's fine. I only saw one deadly snake one time at a rest stop, but that was it. So
yeah, someone described it to me once as if you see something, you just run away. Same as if you saw a skunk in your backyard, you just leave.
Yeah.
I feel the same. I should say, in my entire time in Sydney, I never saw a huntsman spider. I never saw a spider bigger than this. I don't know how. I got I don't know, lucky. So while I was in Sydney, I saw nothing, and I was petrified of spiders. I'm the type, used to be, I'd walk into a room and scan the corners just to make sure there were no spiders. And for the first time, this is also personal growth. Yesterday, there was a small spider in my clinic, and I said, "Oh, how nice. You just stay over there. Do what you need to do. I'm not going to look at you or touch you." But since moving to the country, we run into all kinds of things. I haven't yet seen a snake, but in my area, there are definitely deadly snakes, spiders, everything. And so I've learned my snake and spider safety. So it's part of our CPR course. I know what I'm supposed to do if I ever come into contact with one, but really people are quite nonchalant about it because the snakes, okay, if you happened to in the country while you're traveling or something come into contact with one, maybe you'd have a bit of an issue. But really I find snakes you don't find in cities unless Jonna has come into contact with one. Yeah, no snakes. Spiders, they're just bigger. They're a little bit bigger here, but they don't do anything. And the ones that are deadly, they don't want to be near you either. So as long as you're careful, it's little things like if you're in the garden, just put gloves on so that you don't accidentally touch something or lift a rock up and get to a spider. Or in regional areas in particular, some of the deadly spiders, they like being around pools. So there's just certain rules that that become part of life. But when I ask Australians about this, a lot of the time they're like, snakes and spiders are nothing. How do you deal with bears? How do you deal with cougars? What do you do with that stuff? And in my head, I think I'm never going to come into contact with any of those things. And they feel the same about the snakes and spiders here. So we do talk about it. I've never really seen anything major, maybe some of them kind of inquisitively from afar. If I know I'm looking for something, I might be able to see a dangerous spider, but no one has died from spider bites. I think in the last 50 years, there's anti-venom. It just hurts for a bit of time. But no, I haven't seen anything kind of major.